Hello and welcome to the podcast by Astitva Prakashan. Today we are joined by a raising poetic voice whose words echoes the silent cries, the unspoken love, and the quiet strength within many of us. So please welcome Mr. Sufiyan Khan. Hi, sir.
Thank you, Zinia.
Sir, I would love to know about your book in a brief.
Yes, sure. Ask whatever you want to.
I want to know the overall concept of your book
Uh,
to our audience in very simple.
Actually, Khayal is a book not just about love and healing, as people say, but it is a book which is necessary to be read by all people. Like it mentions about healing. We people have not just suffered from love and heartbreak. We heal from family traumas too, and many other things which we don't even know about, which shapes us. So we need healing for that too. Khayal gives you that. Khayal provides you with that. It also gives voice to many people, many victims who wasn't able to raise their voice due to the social oppression and all. It also speaks about society, about women rights and all. And the last chapter of Khayal is the people, in which I have mentioned about my close members, like who I know about their character. But it is also written in a context that when people read it, they may relate to someone. Like I am like this one, I am like that. So that's why Khayal was made, and not just about love and healing, but also about friendships, about family, and everything.
Definitely, sir. So please take us back to what inspired you to write. क्या ऐसी reason था, क्या inspiration था to write this book?
Actually, when I have started writing, like I have started writing from early September last year. So that time I was just writing and I was just posting in my Instagram handle. Eventually, I thought that there should be a big space for people so that they may read everything at a space, at a place, like everything, whatever the pain is there, whatever is there. So I thought about writing something very nice, very good, very epic. So one of my friends, I would like to thank Muskan. She suggested me to start a book, and then Khayal came into my mind. I thought that if I write a book, it would be nice and good. Moreover, I thought that whenever I write, like whenever anyone in this world anyone in this world writes, they see a difference in them. Like before writing and after writing, they feel that a burden has been lessened. So that's how I also felt, and I thought that if I write all in one place, all my pains will be gone. Thus I gave pain a purpose and I started writing, and that's how Khayal was born. And also it wasn't like a easy journey for me, not for a one day. Like Khayal took mostly like 3 to 4 months. Now, during this period, I needed my constant motivators. So I would like to thank my friends basically and my family too, who motivated me at every point, and that's how Khayal was born.
Wow, so that was incredible. So what was your family's reaction when they first saw your book, when it was completed, and when it came to your hand? What was your feeling? First of all, I would love to know it.
Actually, firstly, when I discussed it with my family that I am currently writing a book, and the book is in this and that context, so they actually supported my idea. They told that it's very good that you are writing a book and we are supporting it. And when the day my book was released, my family was very happy. Like it was 30 August 2025. I remember the dates. So my family was very happy about it. Like, and for me, it was like a dream came true. And I received my book like 2 days before I received it, day before yesterday. So that day I was like very happy, and when I hold it, I literally can feel that when your dream comes true, that feeling is like it is out of words.
And so, what were your friends' reaction as you mentioned that they were a very big motivation or to you to write this book all the way along? So, how did they react?
My friends were also very happy too about my success, and eventually they told me that they all would get my book and they would read and give me reviews about it.
Wow, sir. So, sir, I want to know that you have divided your book into 18 emotional stages. So, how do you define it in such a way and uh, to differentiate it between 18 stages of emotion? Like, we generally know three to four emotions, to be honest. For me, I know three to four emotion, happy, sad, and two, three more. So, how did you divide it?
Actually, when I was writing, so the 18 emotional stages of basically love and heartbreak, when I was writing it. So initially, I didn't plan on writing because I have seen many books mentioning about that. Many books are there in this world which are mentioning about love and heartbreak, but there was a bit slight difference. Like whenever any books mention it, they don't give it as a roadmap. It is scattered in the whole book. Like I thought that if I can provide people with a roadmap from the first glance of attraction to the final stage of freedom, when I thought about it. So I thought that I should write about it. And another difference, another slight difference was there that many books mention about love only. There is no mention about heartbreaks. And there is no mention about
Mhm.
depression too. Like when
Yeah,
we enter to the dark stages, depression is also staged there. But there is no mention in any books. So I thought that I should include it so that people may not just know about love, but what comes after if your heart breaks. Because in this world, when people are
definitely.
just busy with situationships, I just wanted people to know that about love, what is real love and what is not.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, were there any particular moment or memory that sparked the first poem of Khayal?
Actually, the very first poem of Khayal was Adhure Ehsas, which means incomplete
Yeah.
emotions. Now, about this, there is a memory that I have few of my friends. Like, they are good in all aspects, but they don't like emotions. They hate it. Maybe due to some trauma or something. I'm not sure about it. But they hate it. And I felt that emotions are the thing which should be felt. Like, if a human is said to be a human, he or she should have emotions. That should be the basic idea.
Definitely.
So I thought about it and I wrote Adhure Ehsas. It means incomplete emotions. Like you have emotions, but you are incomplete in that. So incomplete emotions. And from that, the very next poem, Adhuri Bate, because no one could ever tell them that you are wrong in this way. So that's how Adhuri Bate was born. One was the respect from the one who is not feeling, and one was the respect from the one who is feeling.
Okay. That's incredible, sir. So, sir, how do you approach writing and blending three different languages, Hindi, English, and Urdu, in your book?
Initially, the idea was about Hindi and Urdu only, but
Mhm.
as I got more, I thought that English should be also included because when we speak of Urdu, Urdu is the language of respect and Urdu is the language of love. When we speak of Hindi, Hindi is the
Yeah.
language of warmth, and this two language combinedly makes a very powerful duo. But I wanted
Mhm.
to include English for better understanding. Like sometimes
Oh,
poems in Hindi and Urdu becomes complex for people. So I thought to bring a definition for the poem so that people may know what the poem is about.
yeah. So many poems feel deeply personal. So were you ever feel vulnerable sharing it with the world?
Yes, actually, many poems are there which feels deeply personal, and many of them are connected to my life. And about
Hmm.
being vulnerable, yes, I felt a little vulnerable sharing them to the world, sharing it to the world. I thought what my people think and all, but eventually I thought that if I wouldn't share them, then people would never know the roadmap to get over it. And one of the most personal poem, like in which the most memories of mine is Ajnabi Ka Saath, which means a stranger's hand with you, strangers, a journey
Hmm.
with a stranger.
Yeah. Okay, sir. So, So there's a strong presence of emotional pain and healing. Was writing Khayal therapeutic to you?
Yes, actually, writing Khayal was therapeutic for me. I remember the day I started with the idea of Khayal and the day I finished it. There was a huge difference in both. Like when I decided I would be writing Khayal and all, and the day I actually finished it fully writing and gave it to Astitva Prakashan for publication process. So during this period, I felt many changes in me. Like I was a different
Mhm.
person before and after. That's how Khayal changed me. It healed a part of me which I even didn't know it wanted to be healed. And that's why I made it
That's
for the
in,
world. So the world may also heal with it. So for them also it will be therapeutic.
that's incredible, sir. So, is there a favorite poem of the book? And if yes, then why?
Actually, there are many poems in the book, which is my favorite. But I will be telling you chapter wise. So the first chapter in our book
Yeah.
is Broken Bonds. In this chapter, my
Hmm.
favorite poem is Ajnabi Ka Saath, because I earlier told
Hmm.
that it is a poem which is deeply personal to me. Like I also have some friends
Yeah.
who once a stranger to me, so that's why that poem is my
Hmm.
one of my favorite. Followed by the second one, the stages of love and heartbreak. This is the second chapter. This chapter mentions 18 stages of love and heartbreak. Now, in this chapter, my favorite
Okay.
one is depression because I feel that that poem is to be recognized by people. Because people nowadays we see people makes jokes on depression, on mental health, but actually
Hmm.
these are very
Yeah.
serious to be seen. Like people should know that what is depression, what is mental. So I love that poem. I wrote it by heart. And in the third chapter, I love burning glare. Now this third chapter is the pain. The you can see the sequence. The
Yeah.
first the bond is breaking, then we are making the bonds, then again heartbreak, and then we having the
Yeah.
pain. The third chapter is the pain. So
Okay.
in the third chapter, my
Hmm.
favorite was burning glare. Now this burning glare is a type of poem which actually speaks about the things we don't speak of. It
Hmm.
actually like from deep hearts. And next chapter is the name hidden in ashes, the fourth chapter. Now here the books take a twist. Now this fourth chapter is
Hmm.
basically a chapter about victims. The victims who were writing but they were not allowed to write. About women. So that is the chapter. In this chapter, my favorite one is Ismat Chugtai. Now, Ismat Chugtai was a writer. She was a writer. This is a real story.
Hmm.
You can search it on web. Ismat
Okay.
Chugtai is a writer, and she has written very great works. And the society she wrote at a time when society wasn't allowing women to write about women empowerment and all. So she wrote about women,
Hmm.
and she continued writing even though societal oppressions. That was the story of Ismat Chugtai. There are many other stories too, like Bhanwari Devi, um, Kandil Baloch, and many others. The fifth chapter is the silent truth.
Oh.
Now, this chapter mention about the things about society, about serious topics. Like there are
Hmm.
four poems. There are only four Sharian poems combined here, which is Samaj, Aurat, Gumrah, and Mental Peace. My favorite here is Mental
Hmm.
Peace because it speaks about mental health, as I told about depression. So same, the same thing here. And
Yeah.
the last chapter is the people. Here I haven't mentioned a chapter because I have some future plans for this chapter too. So this chapter, the people, here we see. So my favorite of all is Emo, because Emo is a story of a woman who have faced oppressions from her house, from her in-laws,
Hmm.
and she has even faced cheating from her husband. And still, she
Okay.
is strong and she is willing to fight. That who is Mo is. So I love about the story of Mo. I also love the story of Araf, Ayansh. So now let me tell each one. So Araf is a boy
Yeah.
who people
Hmm.
misunderstood mostly. Like people think that
Hmm.
this boy is very weak and they're not at all worthy of anything. But that boy cares the
Okay.
most in anyone in the world, and actually he hides
Hmm.
himself, hides the emotions and all. But he has them
Okay.
still, pretending in a world. so much is actually difficult. So about that, and Ayansh is a story of a boy who once felt a lot, and actually
Hmm.
he fell in love with someone. However, he was heartbroken after that, and after that he still lived. He still fought with everything, and is still rising day by day. So these are the three epics I love in that chapter.
Wow, so incredible. And so, if I may ask, which part of it was you?
Actually, that's a very good question. I haven't mentioned myself in the chapter The People, but if you see, pick one by one, you may see a little by little in me. Like you may see
Okay.
a little Ayansh in me, little Arav in me.
Hmm.
But actually, about this, I have to tell you at last. Like I have some
Hmm.
future plans about me too. Like as you're asking,
Okay.
which one was me, so I have some future plans for
Yeah.
that too.
Okay. That's great, sir. So, sir, you talk about that love refuses to fade. So, do you think that the true love ever ends?
Actually, that's a very good question to ask. And the fact that we have to mention love always as true love, that's
True love,
essentially
yeah.
very metaphorical. Like if we see, we don't say love, we always say true love. That's how it is proving that
Yeah.
our generation, how it is changing in a generation which is full of situationships and one-sided relations and all. So how we have to mention love as true love. So according to me, I believe in love that refuses to fade. Because see, if you ever love someone, you will love him or her for lifetime. You may not you have no contact with that person for approximately year, 2 year, 20 years, 40 years, however. But once
Yeah.
anywhere you see the glimpse of that person, you will be breathless once again. You will feel that spark one again. So it
Yeah.
actually tells that love is there which refuses to fade. We may not contact
Okay.
physically, we may not talk to that person for years, but our mind and heart always loves that person. That's what true love that refuses to fade.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, your work speaks a lot about the people who quietly suffer. So, what message do you want your readers to take away from Khayal?
Actually, if you see my work, it actually speaks of people who quietly suffer. But I want the people
Yeah.
reading it, I want them to speak of them, to speak of their pain, to fight it. Not like the ones I told, because I have written in a context that if you see that they are quietly suffering, so you need to fight. The next generation has to change it, or even the current generation which is suffering that. Because if we continue the cycle of oppression, if we continue the cycle of sufferance, it will continue for lifelong. There need to be a change, and I feel that, and that's why I wrote about the silent sufferers. Because if people see that they are suffering this kind of things and still they was there, the next generation should not do the same. They should go and
Yeah.
talk about it, they should go and change it.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, at just 18, you're emotional at the years. So, where do you think that comes from?
Actually, it's about feelings and empathizing. Like when you start empathizing people, when you start empathizing with their pain, with their emotions, your emotional depths go beyond the years, and that is the same happening with
Mm.
me. Like I empathize with people's feelings and pain. I feel it. I don't sympathize, I empathize. So I feel it. And that's how I think my emotional depth is beyond the years. I can feel people pain.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, do you consider yourself more of a writer, feeler, or a storyteller?
I actually consider myself more as a feeler, because whenever I feel, I write, and that's how I write poetries, and that's how I wrote Khayal.
Oh, great, sir. So some who are the some poets and artists who inspired your work?
Actually, there are many, there are few, very few. Let me start with the ones I know. Uh, Actually, there is my sir, actually, my physics sir. His name is Brendra sir. So, he is also a very great poet. I'm inspired by his works. Another one is
Okay.
one of my friend. He is Aryan Tripathi, popularly known as Groot.
Mhm.
So, he has a Instagram handle, Hidden Merc. So in that
Okay.
handle, he puts very great poetries and very great poems, and I actually love it. So that's where my work is inspired. And when you speak of other artists, so I love Ritwik Singh. Ritwik Singh is the author of many famous books like "I Don't Love You Anymore," "Warm," "Thank You for Living," and many others. So I love him for his works. And if I speak aside of poetry, because an artist is inspired from artworks too, so one
Mhm.
of my mama and actually one of my friend, Shifa, they both are very great artists. They are very great artists in the field of painting, and I love their works. They inspired me a lot too.
Definitely, sir. So your Instagram page has become safe place for many. So how has the online journey shaped your writing?
Actually, initially, when I have started using Instagram, I didn't plan to make a page for writing and all. I used to do it in my personal account, but one of my friends, I have mentioned earlier, Aryan Tripathi or Groot, so he motivated me
Yeah.
to start a page where I could share it with the world. I started it, and day by day, it went improving. I speak of women rights there. I speak of many other topics which was necessary to be spoken of. So I spoke about all that, and
Hmm.
eventually, my work was getting better day by day. And that's how one day I decided to write Khayal, and there also I have many other works too. Firstly, I just used to write and post, but later on I became an orator too. I used to speak and post then. Currently, my works are
Oh,
also speaking, like the story of Mirza Sahiban. It is my upcoming projects. Huh? There are many
oh,
others.
great, sir. So, sir, why do you choose poem as a way to speak about yourself rather than a storytelling? What we say, a traditional way, actually. So, why do you choose a as a poem?
Actually, poems are a very easy but a complicated way to speak of your
Yeah.
emotions. Like
Yeah.
when we read a poem, we need understanding. Like not we when we
Hmm.
read now, we just read it like a poem. But when we read in
Hmm.
school, we read it like this is the metaphor here, this is that. So
Hmm.
that are the hidden things in a poem. Like how you are expressing a film, and that is not actually possible in storytelling. The storytelling is a straightforward way, you are telling the story
Hmm.
straight, but in poem you can twist it, you can change it in such a way that the world may not know your truth, but you are able to express it, and someone could relate to it.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, what was the toughest part? Like, what was the toughest part while writing this book, Khayal, and
The
why?
the toughest part while writing this book, Khayal, is that I need to learn Urdu for it. Actually, my Urdu is very weak. Being raised from a Muslim family, my Hindi is strong, but my Urdu is highly weak. So, due to that, I couldn't use Urdu much. But I started learning it, and I eventually learned Urdu for a month. And after that, when I used Urdu, it turned out to be a masterpiece. Another difficulty was that about the grammars and all. I need to check everything and I need to correct it. That was another difficulty. And the last chapter, the people, because when I wrote of that chapter, I actually informed everyone, like whoever about I am writing, that I am writing about you, and that is your name. So about that, that was also a very difficult part for me. Like 20 stories are there total, 20 poems and 20 peoples.
Oh my God. So, sir, what was your favorite part? Like, was it the drafting or the editing part or the final touches you give?
Actually, the most favorite part of mine was the editing part. I loved the editing part, because the in the during the drafting I need to type and write, but during the editing part I just need to give a look that how it should look,
Hmm.
how in the book it should be looking,
Okay.
and that was the easiest part for me.
That's amazing, sir. And sir, I just want to know how your journey started as a writer, as a poet.
Uh, my journey actually started, as I mentioned earlier, I started writing from last year, September. So, like, this is going to be a 1 year, 1 year anniversary of me as
Hmm.
being a poet. So, last year when I
Yeah.
started writing, I wrote of very small things. I wrote about people and all, but I didn't wrote about pain. And eventually, when I learned, so during 1 month only, I started writing about pain, and as I proceeded, I saw many changes in me.
Hmm.
I saw that I am actually healing people by my poetries. Like there are many friends of mine who was depressed, who was suffering from many things, but I could actually heal them from my poetries. And actually, there was a message in my poetries, and that's how people loved it, and that's how I also loved it. So this journey was actually very
Amazing, sir.
difficult for me, but it was very nice and very good.
Incredible, sir. So, sir, I just want to know your journey with Astitva Prakashan for your book publishing.
Uh, During my journey, I started my journey with Astiva Prakashan on board on June 25th. On June 25th, actually we have signed the contracts and all. And before that, I have new Astiva Prakashan. So from June to the date my book was finished, August 30. It was a very great experience working with Astiva Prakashan. Like every process was very smooth and the coordination was very highly influential and coordinated. And my project manager was Aman, Mr. Aman Prajapati. So he was a very great
Yeah.
person, and he has helped me through every odd and everything. Like from the first day to the last day, he has helped me in everything. From the process of editing, from to the process of final touches, to how the book would look, everything. And actually I
That's
would like
great,
to
sir.
give it to him too. Like this book is like 80% mine, so 20% he has contributed to it by editing and all.
We are absolutely thankful to you, sir, as well. And so, what's next for you? Is it another book, another poetry in the same genre, or different genre, or something new?
Actually there are many other creative projects I am going to work on, but about the book session, that is the most important one. As I have told earlier, I you have asked me which one is me in the chapter the people.
Yeah,
So I am
yeah.
writing a novel. The novel name is The Light That Held My Hand. I have an Instagram page of the same name. So it is a novel, and in that novel, there is a character Azan. Now that character is me, and that story is actually
Okay,
inspired by the chapter of the people. It is
okay,
taking characters from Khayal, and it will have a like a universe. And then and another plan, I am having one more plan, which is the chapter two of Khayal, the volume two of Khayal,
okay,
which is basically Khwab. So I'm currently working on
okay.
Khwab, which is the second part of Khayal, and I will be soon finishing it.
That's incredible, sir. So, like, we are getting more of this book as well, and something new, and something much more closer, and much more connected with you. Actually, I could have say. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to have you here again, and I want to talk more about the next book, the upcoming book, and how it is about, what it is about, and how did it shaped you and as well as your career as well. So yeah, looking forward to have you here again, and thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights, your journey, and your inspiration, and which inspired us as well to a point. So yeah, looking forward to have you here again. Thank you.
Thank you.